he's arguing free speech here?
I think the interesting thing about Jordan and how I feel about his
I don't know who's there. You might have to buy me a coffee, eh?
Yeah.
All right. I rolled as a big one. Well, it's not huge actually. It's about average. That's what I usually about the right size. Was Jimmy available? Oh, gotcha. Yeah, it's a little wet, eh? Not too bad. Uh-oh. Ah, you stupid. There's something in my left shoe. I've taken my shoe off. It might be on the inside of my sock. I didn't take my sock off. Yeah, it's too late now. It's just gonna drive me wild. A lighter? Yeah, I brought a lighter. I think it's on the inside of my sock. Fuck, it took me all night, right up until about an hour ago to get those 2 videos out. That was almost 3 hours, 6 hours of video. That second one was like 2.5 hours. Holy crap. Ugh. Hope everyone's doing all right. Yeah, that first one was 2 hours and 3 hours and 16 minutes, and the second one was 3 hours exactly. 6 hours of video yesterday.
Yeah, and I thought about the streaming tunnel. I looked it up on Google Maps. It's like nothing great. You know, it's
We
pretty
didn't
much
think this was that a thing.
It's pretty much the same thing, you know, where you took us after that other bridge.
Oh yeah, that little.
Tunnel, sorry.
Oh, it's just something like
It's
that.
the same exact thing.
It'd still be neat to take a trip out there.
Yeah, it's nice.
Give us an
It looks
excuse to
nice.
get out.
Looks nice. Well, I'm not saying
Maybe
not
not
to go,
today.
but, like, yeah.
It's kind of did he express an interest in wanting to go today?
You know, I messaged him earlier, just telling him I forgot to give him his cake, and
You got a cake for him too?
yeah,
Oh, that's awesome.
birthday's not till tomorrow, but like, yeah.
Is it really? I didn't think of that. I'll have to do a Christmas card and scratch out the Merry Christmas, Alpha, Happy Birthday. Yeah. We could go. It would just mean we go slow anyway. We're going slow anyway. We'd have to eco it there and back. I think that one is like 28 kilometers from here to, or 26.
It's like the same distance as St. Catharines,
We barely made it.
but on the other side.
We barely made it on that first trip. The second trip we did good because we weren't fucking around.
This one's quite a distance.
But even then, we came back and I was on 28, right? And I don't know what he was on, 25, 26?
Yeah, it was good.
But we still, on both ways, we were pretty close. All I'm saying is we should probably take that into account when we decide to. I would hate to push this thing. I really would. At least it's not as bad as that because it's a lot lighter. But at least that thing you could pedal if you really, really, really had to.
See, that's what I was happy about when Sheldon died. I was like, sucks that it happened, but like, at least it happened where, like, in town, like,
Yeah.
the same thing that happened to me. It could have happened anywhere we were gone. Like, that would've been shit.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, I don't even know how long that took me, like an hour to bring it back.
Holy shit.
Could you imagine being way out where we were by the airplane? It could have died there.
I would have called someone. Honestly, myself, I would have got a friend with a truck to come and get me.
I'd be like, yeah, see you 9 hours from now.
Mm.
That's a distance. Like,
That is. Either that or I would have got somebody to bring my charger. Go to my place, bring my charger down, and I'll go find a. I'll go find a.
That wasn't even the problem, though. This is my fucking ignition.
Oh.
The wire snapped in the inside from the bouncing too much. I guess
You want
the
smoke?
board just bent and broke.
Or light that up. There's one in there.
Good.
Flips up. Yeah, careful. You're gonna lose everything. Yeah. I have rain jackets, so I don't know. I don't even care if we do go today. It's not like we go super speedy anyway now. Completely dead.
Yeah. So I've been thinking about it, though. So I'm going to be the actual one that's going to be buying the bike. Would you care if I started, like, stripping it down and just getting it ready to put away?
No, I just got to clear it with Jordan. Just you already talked to him pretty much though.
Yeah, he said he was pretty much determined he was going to go with financing a new one.
Awesome. Yeah, that's probably the best bet anyway.
That way-
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, just that way he has fucking, you can replace anything like you, right? You bought it out, now it's warranty for 3 years, and anything's covered, and like, as long as it's not like by you.
It's mainly the battery that's the big thing there, right? And the hub motor.
Yeah.
So give me
Okay.
$600 for the whole thing.
Okay. Because like I said, I still have what, three I owe you, so I'll have 100 this week for you. And then add on to that, so another 8.
Yeah. That'll be good though for you, because then if anything goes wrong, you don't have to mail away nothing, right? Like if
Yeah.
you break your hub motor, you don't have to go. You just have to unwrap it. Wrap it up, like professionally wrap it. Put it in a box, Like seal it in plastic, put it in a box, and then pack it away somewhere.
Well,
Same
I
thing with
cleaned
the.
out, the closet they don't use, so I'm gonna store everything underneath there.
Yeah, there you go. But I'd wrap it up in like a big fucking bag and just so no moisture and shit gets into it.
I might even get saran
Wipe
wrap.
everything down on the back.
Shit, those saran wrap.
Yeah, that'll work. Wow, look at this guy running across the parking lot. He's coming for coffee. I think he's jogging. I don't think he's coming for coffee.
The horse so good he thought he was gonna get it.
Oh yeah, he's coming for coffee.
Been there. Fucking shoes soaked, everything always soaked. Just trying to get to work. I've also been there. I'm trying to go and get a coffee myself. Fucking me and Jimmy were talking about fucking you were he was honking, right?
He's not coming for coffee.
He was honking a lot.
Is he?
Fucking, and then he told me that you said you couldn't hear anything. I'm like, holy fuck, that's like a major like, you think there'd be like wind holes back here going backwards so you could at least hear behind you or something?
No.
Like, fuck. Especially honking. So it's honking at you. Fucking.
Well, honking, yeah. I'd hear that. I just can't hear dogs barking from half a mile away.
Oh, yeah, true.
The guy honking at me from behind, I can hear. And the screech of tires, that kind of thing. Huh.
Well, hopefully tomorrow's nicer.
I gotta get this thing out of my foot.
I gotta get a wire brush too. That's the fun thing. I got lots of time over the winter, so I could take every fucking thing. We can really scratch off all the rust and everything.
Why don't you clean it off, anti-rust it, and then just rub wax all over it.
Yeah.
Seal it. Heck, they won't even get wet.
Oh yeah, I was gonna fucking tear off all the rust, clean the best I can, fucking, and then repaint them.
Do you have a Dremel? A Dremel with a little wire brush would do it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Wire brush.
Zzz. Hell, even an old electric toothbrush might work.
Yeah, dude. CLR. Yeah, well, CLR takes a fucking while. Like an hour, 2 hours. I'd have to take every fucking thing off, dip it into it. Every spoke.
I don't think you'd have to do that. Just do it right on the wheel.
So that's what I mean. But I'd have to use like one of their newer fucking products just to beat all the shit off. CLR.
It's probably just elbow grease. So just use like a brush,
Yeah.
right? Or a Dremel, like I say, a Dremel or a electric toothbrush with CLR.
Getting rusty.
That wouldn't damage the tire, right? CLR, if it got through the spokes and into the, it's not going to degrade the tire, right?
I don't think so.
No. Rubber's pretty rubbery.
Fucking ready to just that's too much work. Spray.
I don't know.
Easier way.
Mhm.
Just put paper tape around the whole entire tire. I know it perfectly. And spray paint it that way. And then put more paper tape all over the spokes so you can get down.
Mhm.
Actual spoke things.
I always thought spoke covers are kind of cool.
Yeah. Just like your bike.
They just clip on. No, they just clip on both sides of the wheel.
Oh yeah.
and it just makes them look all like one piece, like a disc.
Copper, yeah.
Just covers up all the spokes. You see it on racing bikes predominantly.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know if they'd be practical on a dirt bike though. They might like fly off, right? Dirt biking.
Yeah. Probably just like flips.
Well, no, I assume they're like screwed on. So one side, right? It's like this, screwed on. I'm sure, right? I'm just not sure how durable they'd be for a dirt biking. For just cruising around and speed racing, of course, yeah, they'd be fine. But I don't know how much they'd hold up to getting banged around and jumps and crashes. And I don't know if you'd want one of those things shattering while you're riding, right? Just stops your wheel dead. Chunk. Ah.
Sharon to Dwayne.
Uh-oh. Yeah, go ahead.
So, okay, I got cheesecake, different kinds, apple pie, cherry pie, and pumpkin pie. Do you want me to just give you a variety?
That would be amazing. Thank you so much.
Hey, so when it's ready, it won't be ready for a bit, but I'll drop off 3 for you, Michelle, and Tammy of the dinners and variety of pies.
You're awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, me and Danielle are just standing in the rain here, enjoying a coffee. It's nice. The wind's a little chilly, but it's nice.
It's funny because Danielle's mother, I went over there to drop a couple cakes off. Their hydro went out. The hydro wire came down, so the guys there are putting it up right now. And say happy Thanksgiving to Daniel for me.
Will do. Our one of our latest videos I put out was we saw a battleship, a big American battleship, like with big guns on it and everything, and soldiers on the deck with rifles and stuff. It was pretty cool. They were going through the locks, and we looked for the Blue Ghost Tunnel, but we didn't find it. We ended up going back in the middle of the night and finding it at like 2 a.m. It was fun. We went in the tunnel. It wasn't as scary as they say, but I mean there was 3 of us. I mean what's a ghost gonna do against 3 of us?
I've been in there before, and it gets darker and darker, and the flashlights went out. So some guy came in on a dirt bike and gave us some light. Yeah, it's scary in there, Dwayne. I've been in there. I was scared shitless. And you hear this water running like it's like a falls.
Yeah, it was pretty cool though. It's a good video. We let off a couple firecrackers in there, smoked a joint, hung out for a little bit. Then we could drive right in there. There was a path that we just took our bikes down.
Holy shit. Yeah, because I went in there about 10 years ago. It was scary shit.
I can't believe it. Like,
Definitely gonna watch that video.
All right, we'll talk soon.
I feel like I've been the next like 15, 20 years that'll be completely raised and it's gonna be coming right out.
And far.
I don't know, as long as that roof holds up. Those supports further down, they look fine. As long as that roof holds up, it'll be there forever.
No, I mean like eventually, because all the leaking, it's gonna just raise and raise and raise. And
Oh yeah. I don't know though, even about that. How did that floor get that high up?
What do you mean?
Well, that floor we were walking on, like you said, it's super low. How are trains getting through that? It can't be a train thing.
Like
Maybe it was a maintenance thing or something.
it seems like they were gonna make it, and then something happened. Maybe it collapsed, and then fucking they just abandoned the project. The tunnel goes up for some reason, and then the fucking it goes straight down. Like it starts going downward.
Huh.
That's why it was all flooded and we couldn't go any further because literally it's filled. Like that fucking all that water above us when it was leaking. That's literally like a whole river up there.
I wonder how they dealt with that leaking before.
And that
Like
river
back
was
then,
old.
because I'm sure they didn't have pumps and stuff to pump the water out.
Yeah. But eventually it's just gonna collapse because it's leaking so much. All that fucking something's gonna give eventually.
What do you think's going to happen? All that water will come out the tunnel end?
Yeah. You're not gonna be able to fucking stop it. They won't even know because it's in a secluded area. They're not gonna know until the factory finds out. Holy fuck! There's a lot of water like fucking flowing over here.
I'm
And that's
sure they'd
someone
notice
else-
in that
someone will eventually know that.
downstream, they'd notice the lack of water. If half the water's flowing through that thing out into wherever.
Yeah, but they wouldn't notice right away.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna have to investigate where the fuck it's coming from. Like, yeah, maybe that might be an idea, but
Yeah, but that's
They
like
won't
not a
notice.
no place. Everybody knows about it. There's people there every weekend, right?
Oh,
The
yeah,
story
that-
would get out
that's
real quick
the
about how
only-
the tunnels collapsed and it's all flooding.
that's the only realistic way, though. It'd be like fucking. They'd find
If it was
out.
just a nothing tunnel that, didn't have the screaming ghost legend or whatever, blue ghost legend, it wouldn't, nobody would know about it.
Fucking for all we know, you go in there, and it's gonna be like patched up now because we went in there. We're complaining about it, like fucking. We're being adventurous, but we're like, holy fuck, this is bad. Like, this thing's filled up with water. That's a good indication that they should fix that before.
Or they fix it and turn it into some sort of historical thing.
Well, they
Make
need-
some tax money, make
they-
some money out of it.
They need to seal that, like completely fill it with dirt before it fucking collapses.
Yeah.
That's gonna be unstoppable. Like,
I don't want to be responsible for the downfall of a national legend.
yeah,
It's
that-
been featured in ghost shows all around the world.
yeah.
Paranormal investigators from like places all around the world have stayed there, and
But for all you know, if that collapses, it could take out that whole downside going towards St. Catherine's.
We
And
could
all
save
it's
a
gonna
life.
be- You're gonna save all of St. Catherine's. This should all run down their hill, down all the rocks and fucking everything. Like,
hey, you were saying the side of the dock there, the canal was overflowing.
yeah, it's leaking down the side of the hill. You know how we were going on the side there? Like you took the canal, the pathway.
Yeah.
Where as soon as you get down to where the train crossing is,
Yeah.
you can see it. There's a puddle of fucking just water. It stinks.
Wow.
And it was like, where the fuck could it be coming from? It was like, it wasn't even raining. There was no puddles that day. Everything was dried up. If you did see a puddle spot.
Hmm.
And I was like, well, what the fuck? And then I seen the grass was wet going up the hill. So it's leaking somewhere there across the road or under the road or fucking something.
Hmm.
Probably been doing it for years, so it might not be that big of a deal, but
They have a pump somewhere that deals with it. Any sort of thing like that, though, wouldn't be catastrophic because they'd just have it. They'd just close the locks on either, like drain it, and then fix it. Right? It's not
Yeah.
like further up on the canal where if something happens, there's no real way to stop the water. Right?
they probably have to take out the whole like structure, cut it completely down, take out a whole wall piece, refix it like concrete within it, to fix a whole crack.
Huh.
Could imagine using something for the concrete before you put new concrete in there.
Caisson or
Yeah,
something.
so it fucking attaches to the actual concrete, so clean it up, sandblast it or something. 'Cause you wouldn't want like exposure of old concrete to dry, dustier, fucking breaks apart.
Yeah.
You have to blow all that away before you can re-concrete also. Maybe not, I'm not a concrete fucking
A concreteologist.
yeah. But still, I'd imagine you have to do all the cleanup work before you do that. Just to fix that, so it's not to be like structurally sound, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like rewiring and fucking. I personally, I would say if I was like the city, whoever deals with that, or I don't know if it's like St. Catherine's City Hall or whatever.
Yeah.
They should definitely fucking fill that in with dirt though, because it could cause a big fucking problem. Like, especially if it does stop. So that's a lot of water, and it's all coming from the fucking big canal, for sure. Unless it's cut off, but.
Huh. I
call
wonder
it
what,
stank
like,
water.
I wonder how they kept that water out way back when, because it obviously always leaks like that. You can't stop it. I think all things like that do, right?
It's like shitty fucking stank ass water too. Imagine all that flowing down the fucking, all the soot at the bottom, fucking mixing, flowing down the fucking road. Oh, it stinks so bad. Everybody would be complaining, all the rich folk over there. It'd be like an environmentally hazard thing too, because it's like fucking, I don't know how bacterious that
Ew.
stuff would be, and how much death has fucking been sitting in there, and, you know, like, that doesn't really flow that good too, so it's literally just stagnant water.
Yeah.
Really. So it stinks. And for all you know, there's fucking sewage flowing into there and it goes nowhere, so it just. Maybe that's why they got a soot pump or whatever. What it is?
Mm-hmm. Except it's bigger on a massive scale than a house one, right?
Well,
But
that's what I mean. If
it's
you
in
need
essence.
that, like, that's probably accumulating so much fucking shit. There's that running around.
Well, no, but all canals like that, all tunnels like that have that kind of system, no matter what. In this case, it's probably a big one in the main drainage area. In, for example, dams, it's a trench that runs underneath the canal in the tunnel. And what that does is collects all the water that naturally drips and it pumps it out, right?
Yeah, okay.
That stops the tunnel. If those pumps ever failed, those tunnels would fill up under every canal. It would just, because all canals leak, all tunnels leak. You can't stop them. So the next best thing is to get the water out faster than it's leaking in, right? That's how you keep it clear. So whatever, I imagine there was the collapse, but I don't know what would have caused a collapse of something like that.
They built it fucking, because it was back then, maybe they built it too high, and it fucking was just underneath it, so it all just caved in. Kind of thing.
Maybe. Judging by the ceilings I saw there, though, I don't think they would have made that kind of mistake. Those ceilings could take a lot of pressure.
Yeah, but they also didn't really seem like they were like treated logs and shit. Maybe like smoked or whatever, but like, I don't know. They're very old and moldy. You gotta fucking replace those every couple, maybe like 100 years or so. They rot away and fucking.
Or get run into. They get hit.
Then they don't
Damaged.
fix them or nobody fixes them. I would think just because the amount of weight from the water, and yet it would have to be a certain distance, of it, like below the water.
Yeah.
And then knowing back then, there wasn't really safety regulations and protocols and all that. They didn't have fucking HR fucking safety, health and safety fucking regulations. You just went in there and you dug the shit out, you die, and you're just replaced, I guess.
Until the project's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we haven't done projects like that for a long time. At least not in Western, right? Like, I mean, I get it. Countries like China and things like that, they probably do that quite regular, but we've got safety standards, unions. We've had that kind of thing for a while, so.
Well, when was that? That was like
That thing, I don't know, probably late 1800s,
Oh, okay.
early
Fuck, yeah,
1900s.
that's probably nothing.
That's
really.
old.
Yeah.
That's really old stuff in there.
I was gonna say 18, but I'm like, I don't know.
But I don't know, maybe even later,
The fucking
earlier.
Still. If that's the case, though, yeah,
That's a good question.
probably wasn't structurally fucking or engineered.
When was the Blue Ghost Tunnel built?
Probably just wasn't made properly.
1876. Yeah,
okay,
right?
Yeah, that's a long time. No wonder it's collapsed.
Yeah.
Probably didn't fucking no maintenance.
Well, it was maintenance probably. That's the big thing, right? Like I say, those things, you can build a tunnel. It's just keeping it in order, right? Like I say, 90% of the tunnels now, even modern day, they're built with a leak allowance, and they accommodate that by putting in whatever huge, massive pumping systems they need to keep that water out of there at all times, right?
For all we know, fucking, they did have a train fucking run through there.
The donkey that turned the wheel that sucked the water out died,
Yeah.
and they couldn't replace it, and then by that time too much water built up and then it collapsed. Stupid donkey. That's probably would do it too. It would degrade the wall.
I'm
And
thinking why it goes higher is just natural currents in the ground, maybe shifting. I don't know, maybe like sinking. Maybe it wasn't flattened out properly and it sunk underneath. There's a cave system underneath.
well, once whatever pump system doesn't work, water keeps moving, right? So as it collects, it also erodes underneath as well, right? So it could have shifted. And all right, I'm getting wetter than I like without a rain jacket. Find out if he wants to go do this. It'll let him know it's going to be wet, like really wet.
Oh, he's bugging.
So we'll probably aim for next weekend. Unless we do a night trip.
Yeah, it's not raining. Maybe tomorrow will be better though.
Oh, tomorrow's a holiday.
Yeah.
Still, yeah. If it's not raining tomorrow, we'll do it. This is going on all night, eh?
Is it?
Yeah, all night until tomorrow. In the morning at about 6, 7 o'clock.
Yeah. We're seeing a lot of rain now.
It's a cold rain.
Next couple of weeks, I'm gonna be on the debate of taking all this apart and fucking putting this away. It's like the last time I did with my scooter, and I was like, fuck, there was still like a whole month left to ride. I was so bummed out. It just got cold for like 2 weeks, and then fucking picked right back up. Like I walked to work for like fucking longer than I should have because of that. Actually, no, I did it twice. I was like, fuck, it got cold, so I took my batteries out and everything, and fuck, got warm, and I was like, what the hell? I put my batteries back in. And I get
Indian
cold.
summer.
Yeah.
That's how it happens. Holy crap, eh? That's wet. I mean, let him know if he's willing to bundle up and,
Yeah, it's only the state's riding in the morning.
Yeah.
But then his tires and whatever.
Rain riding ain't the safest.
Yeah. That was like yesterday, it just started spitting and you had to bring home.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that was just...
That was because you wanted to get it inside.
Yeah.
Put the back lock on. All right, I'll see you soon.
Yep.
All right.